This is going to be an absolutely fascinating contest this afternoon. Key players for Scotland, Gavin. Let's have a look at the Scottish team first of all.
Yeah, I think very interesting battle there between the halfbacks and Bishop and Sordiano for Samoa, and obviously Gary Armstrong captaining Scotland and Gregor Townsend, who really wasn't at his best against South Africa, and he'll be the first one to admit that. And I think there's a lot of pressure on Gregor Townsend. He's not with John Leslie at inside centre, and obviously Alan Tate has been dropped to the bench.
A lot of people might think that Tate would be the ideal player for this sort of tussle, extremely physical centre.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, he didn't play at his best against Uruguay, and obviously James McLaren had an excellent game. Jamie Mayer will be probably playing outside centre today, and one would expect Alan Tate to come on off the bench at some stage, and he is an impact player. He's a real pro, Alan Tate, and I think that there's no doubt that he will be upset by some of the remarks that were attributed to him by Jim Telford during the week, and just saying that he wasn't at the top of the game. And knowing Alan Tate the way I do, I think that that's probably designed to really get him involved as soon as he comes on the field. And you know, Scotland, we were talking earlier about the strength in their replacements bench, and I believe that a lot of these players that can come off the bench and really make an impact in Scotland's team, and it will be a real effort for from all 22 players today if Scotland are going to beat Samoa.
It's going to be real gladiatorial stuff, and chances are there won't be much in it. The Samoan team, very, very dangerous. 5 tries against Wales, ruthlessly punishing those Welsh mistakes, Sean, as well.
Well, we spoke about Tuigamala, and obviously Bishop was instrumental in terms of running the game and keeping the forwards going forward. He played such a huge part in the game against Wales that it's vital he has a big game today, and obviously with Lamb driving the forwards, and obviously there'll be some concern about their scrum after the Welsh game, and I'm sure the Scots have looked at that, and they would have done a lot of work during the week trying to strengthen that up, because it's an area of their game against the Welsh that got exploited, and if anything probably the Welsh overdid that.
And let's just remind ourselves, the winners of this game this afternoon will go on to play New Zealand here at Murrayfield at the weekend. So whether it's Samoa, whether it's Scotland, again, that's going to be another big one, isn't it?
Well, obviously, and just being around Edinburgh this morning, everyone would dearly love the Scots to be playing the All Blacks on Sunday, which I'm sure Scotland will be doing everything they can to make sure that's the case.
Are there question marks over the Samoan pack? You seem to be hinting at that a couple of minutes ago.
Well, obviously the way they got demolished in the scrum by the Welsh, that, as I said, that, and I think it's important that Scotland actually take the game to them, don't wait for the Samoans to come to them. Take them on at their own game and use the forwards like Gavin did in 91. You know, and it's when 9 and 10 and Bashir, you know, he's obviously a weak link in terms of his tackling ability. They need to run at him and take them on at their own game.
Here come the teams. It's Gary Armstrong's 50th cap today.
Proud moment for Gary, and he paid tribute earlier in the week to the sort of surgeons that has saved his career on more than one occasion. And you know, there's no doubt that Gary is a true warrior from the Scottish team, and one of the players, I don't know who it was, said that both teams were very similar in their outlook, both a sort of warrior race, if you like, and you know, both playing for their jersey and everything else, and no one exemplifies that more than Gary Armstrong, I think, and you know, he'll be a very proud captain today, and let's hope from a Scottish perspective that he's a successful one as well.
From a Samoan perspective, Sean, of course, they have their own version of the haka, which they're going to be performing shortly.
So they're doing the Manu dance.
The Manu dance. What exactly is the Manu? Because coming from not too far away from...
Well, it's very similar to the haka, obviously. It's a challenge, the laying down challenges. I'm sure Inga will be very much involved in that.
Gavin's bursting to come in here. Gavin's going to shut you up here, Sean.
Seeing Inga Tuigamala there, people ask me what it's like facing the haka, and remember one of the last times I faced it with him there in '93 when I captained the Lions in New Zealand, and we were eyeballing each other, myself and Inga, and at the end when he jumped up, he winked at me when he came back down. I thought, you know, if that's the way they're treating it, well, we're possibly going to be all right.
They look very confident this afternoon.
Gregor Townsend up for a big game this afternoon, a real confidence player. His confidence doesn't seem to be up to at its peak at the moment. Go on, Sean, you carry on there. Go yourself.
Well, I think obviously he'll need a big game after the way Hodge played against Spain the other day. He played very well, so Townsend is obviously very important to the success of Scotland. But just in saying that Samoa looked very confident. Just looking at that on the pitch before the game, there's a huge degree of confidence, and a lot of that is that contributed to the way Pat Lam has led the side. He's instilled a belief that they can beat anyone at the moment.
They've got every right to be confident, a far more confident and streetwise Samoan team than the one that actually played and lost to Scotland in '91. This is going to be fascinating. Let's break now for the national anthems. A shot there of Ian McGeechan, of course. This is going to be some game of rugby. Scotland versus Samoa at Murrayfield. Let's cross over to our commentary team. They are Scott Hastings and Bob Simmons. Enjoy it.
A really big challenge here then for the Samoans after that victory over Wales last Thursday. One more piece, of course, on the pre-match ritual to go through, and that's the Samoan challenge, the Manu Samoan challenge to the Scots and to the world. Leading it today, number 13, most experienced player, Tor Vainga. The Scots players today then respectively keeping their distance as they're asked. As we catch up just before kick-off then with the team, Scotland making 11 changes from the team that beat Spain, but there's no recall for centre Alan Tate. Jim Telfer sticks with the pairing of Jamie Mayer and James McLaren, who performed well against the Spaniards. Dodie Weir is preferred to previous first choice Stuart Grimes in the second row, who like Tate will sit on the bench. Samoa make 3 changes from the team that beat Wales. They bring in Terry Fanalua at centre in place of George Leao Pepe, himself a late replacement in the team for the Welsh clash. Flanker Junior Paramore, one of the 3 players who've dropped out of the squad this week because of injury, is replaced by Semo Satiti, and Samuel Arsi plays his first game at prop. Referee David McHugh taking charge of this key quarter-final playoff then from Cork in the Republic of Ireland. A rerun of the quarter-final in 1991 after Samoa had beaten Wales, but Scotland won that clash 8 years ago quite comfortably by 28 points to 6, in which Scott Hastings, my co-commentator, played. Straightforward victory that day, Scott.
Well, there was similar sort of conditions, a cold day, but certainly the stadium was more packed than it is this afternoon. Disappointment for the Scottish team, but I reckon they've got to meet fire with fire. They've got to take Samoa up front, but Samoa will equally be up for the challenge.
It's going to be very interesting indeed to see the tactical battle between these two teams. It'll be Samoa who will get the game underway. One of their young stars, Silao Leanga. Scotland in their change strip of Mandarin. I think some old die-hard Scottish forwards will be turning their grave today, I think, at the sight of that. Early ball kicked away by Scotland. Inga Tuigamala just showing what he's capable of there. Samoans will really look for a bright start against Scotland here. And that time, opened up immediately there by Stephen Bishop. His tactical kicking against Wales was quite outstanding. Twice in the opening seconds, getting the ball away to his three-quarters. Again, big Tuigamala taking some stopping there. What a bright start this is by Samoa. Tovenga, up from fullback, Iainga. And finally, out of play, but what a bright start by the Samoans.
Well, Samoa showed their intention. Steve Bashett there throwing out the long passes, but good defence there by the Scotland team. Good drifting defence there as they force the Samoans into touch and concede possession.
First ball at the line out then will be from the Scottish hand of hooker Gordon Bullock. Scott Murray and Dodie Weir getting up highest. And I'm sure we can expect Scotland to play it tight. There's an immediate pointer to that. High kick by Gregor Townsend. Now it's Brian Lima. The powerful winger, another man who played in 1991. Waenga, Bishop and Lam also played in that game. Terry Fanalua, inside centre. Bishop, for the third time, opens it up. Tuigamala gets it out wide to Waenga. Very enterprising play indeed here by the Samoans from the opening seconds. Possession rather slow that time. Put in to Samoa. And Scotty, you surprised they're starting by spreading the ball so wide.
Well, again, Bashett feeding the ball wide to his backs, giving them opportunities. Vega Tuigamala getting involved there. And interesting and enterprising play, whereas Townsend kicked his first possession.
Soyalo putting the ball in. Difficult ball for him. Samoa nursing that far touchline. Very much lived on mistakes by Wales in that game.
Well, here's the defence here. Gary Armstrong, all the Scots there. 4 Scots on the one man.
Scottish throw, again going to Dodie Weir at the front. Gary Armstrong just has a look to see where half-back partner is standing. And Townsend's option is again to kick ball position. We've heard already from Jim Telfer this week that the Scots will play basically simple, safety first maybe game, not give the Samoans the chance to break from the breakdown as they did so superbly against Wales. Dodie Weir, 2 successful catches at the line-out so far. That ball not straight. So scrum called by David McHugh to Scotland. First attacking platform of this game then for the Scots. Armstrong feeds. Challenge on him immediately was a good one by Soyalo. And the scrum half is in there. Samoa moving up towards the Scottish 22, but the ball stolen by Scotland and a chance to break. Tara Murray over halfway. In fact, it's Bud Pountney in there, the flanker. Little nudge forward, though. That's better, though, as far as Scotland are concerned.
Well, good enterprise there. Here we see the breakouts. In fact, his Bullock there steps off his right foot out to the tackle of Leota. Tugamala has him. But here we see the forwards coming in here over the top and a hint of a knock on there.
Samoan scrum. Stephen Soyayalo. Bashop this time with the high kick for Metcalf. Takes it well. Scotland fullback. The turnover. No knock on, says David McHugh. So Gregor Townsend again going for a position deep in the 22. Excellent kick by the Scottish outside half. Immediately imposing a discipline on his side.
Absolutely, and the quality of the kicking is so crucial here. He threads a great one down into the 22. And this is the type of balanced game that I think all of Scotland and his teammates are looking for. The mix between the open play and the kicking game.
It'll be a throw-in to Samoa at the line-out, so they govern the number of players in there. Untidy ball, though. Scotland just a few metres out, but there's a knock-on in there. I think again it was Gordon Bullock, the Scottish hooker.
Well, here's Leota throwing the ball in. Scotland get hands first of all. Armstrong goes in and appears to just spill the ball at that contact.
In the meantime, injury on the Scottish side. David McHugh asking the two front rows not to go down yet. These two sides met also in Apia in 1993 when Samoa won 28 points to 11. Though Scotland didn't award caps that day because 7 players were away on a Lions tour. And then 15-all draw in 1995 here at Murrayfield when the Samoans outscored Scotland by 2 tries to 0. Big scrum this then for Samoa. They creaked very badly indeed in the matches against Argentina and against Wales. Here comes the Scottish charge. Very close indeed. The ball was out of the scrum, so no problem there. And Scotland almost getting over. Gary Armstrong, the skipper. Scrum forming then, just a few metres out from the Samoan line. Chance for Scotland's first blood in this game. Penalty awarded against the Samoans. And Scotland opting for the scrum. Good tactics. Referee McHugh again wants to talk to the two front rows to make sure their binding is correct before allowing them to go down. It's going to go around 90 degrees, so they'll have to go down once again. Two-stone advantage there in the ninth then, but it's technique as much as weight really. Scotland really must make this possession play. Telfer and McGeechan will want points from here, won't they, Scott?
Well, I understand that Telfer's been working hard in the scrummaging, and in that Scotland front row of Smith, Bullock and Graham, they can actually scrummage very low to the ground. You'll notice that Leota, the number 2, the hooker for Samoa, has popped out the scrum twice there. Just the sheer pressure coming through from the second rows on that front row.
Leota, the Wasp, who can very often sting very effectively indeed for Samoa as well as for his club Wasps. Real fiery character. So we're almost ready. Samoan front row not allowed to go down properly though. Armstrong feeds. Penalty. Leota standing up there. So, what will be the option from Scotland this time, I wonder? Yes, it's a scrum again. Psychologically so important at this stage of the game. Once again, the drive comes from Scotland. Again, there's a danger of it going around 90 degrees. Gordon Simpson at number 8 with the ball at his feet there. But Scotland now will want to look to drive on straight, because surely there are points here of begging. Again, the scrum is crabbing. Not yet 90 degrees. Decides McHugh, now it is. And really, it's up to Scotland to do something about this position, isn't it?
Well, this is sapping stuff. That's 6 scrummages on the trot now. That's going to be pushing both teams hard.
Armstrong feeds. Simpson again, looking for the secondary drive from number 8. Again, there's a danger of it going around 90 degrees.
Well, I think this next one, they've got to release it. They're not making any impact there. They should perhaps re-scrum and look to break off it.
Wry little smile there from Ian McGeechan. Jim Telfer sends some instructions down to the touchline. And again, the problem with boots in the Samoan front row. Gordon Simpson at number 8. And the skipper, Gary Armstrong, the 2 key men in these set scrums, just trying to sort out what they're going to do here. Scotland, for the moment, then camped almost on the Samoan line. A lot of time being wasted here at the moment, and David McHugh wants them to hurry it up. Scrum prepares to go down again then. What will be the tactics from Scotland this time? Ken Simpson going for it. Well, I think either Scotland or David McHugh will have to do something about this, otherwise we'll be in this corner for the whole game. This time the 2 props on this side, Samoa RWC and Tom Smith. Scotland inching their way ever closer to the Samoan line. Gordon Simpson now has gone round again. Well, surely by now Scotland must change it.
I would reckon so. They're not gaining any ground from this. And the forwards will be losing some sort of power as well.
Armstrong has a quick look. The scrum's gone down again. That has to be a penalty again to Scotland. Now then, Samoa RWC, the new man in the front row, is going to get a bit of a talking to from the referee at least. Pat Lam, the skipper, going in too. Warning the player that he's not going in straight, and any more of that, then he's going to have a yellow card. Man who plays his rugby in Hawke's Bay. Now this time, David McHugh is so fed up with RWC having to tie up his bootlaces all the time, but I think he's going to tell him to change his boots.
Well, RWC's been asked to change his boot here, but he's obviously under severe pressure from Tom Smith, the Scotland loose head, who technically obviously played for the Lions, a lot of experience against some of the most powerful scrummages in world rugby, but this is certainly a long series of scrummages here.
Still no points on the board then. We've been camped in this area for quite some time. Crowd letting everybody know what they think of it.
Well, we know the forwards will be loving this. This is their game, isn't it? You know, they're getting right in there, but Scotland obviously will looking to the edge. They've got to score from this sort of pressure.
Enormous pressure on the Samoan pack already in this game then. Samoans might well need to bring on a replacement, maybe. It doesn't qualify as a blood replacement, boot replacement. Robbie Ale warming up there. Pat Lam, the Samoan skipper, is being told by David McHugh that if this happens again, then Samoa RWC will have to leave the field to change his boots. Oh, this is quite amazing. I don't think I've seen anything like this in 30, 40 years of watching rugby. Scotland poised from the scrum then to break the deadlock. Once again it's gone round 90 degrees. That's a quick strike by Bullock. Simpson moving on, and on the front row of Samoa in danger of going up, and surely at last, yes, David McHugh is awarded the penalty try, and some will say not before time either.
Well, it was interesting in this particular scrum. Scotland seemed to go to the right, to the tight head, and seemed to keep it upright. They stopped Samoa from turning that particular scrum. As a result, you see the legs going, the front row begins to pop up as the full weight of the Scotland pack comes through. And the referee makes the decision, David McHugh, to go under the post after a series of scrums for a penalty try.
And our thanks to David McHugh, we're in danger of being bored to death, I think, ourselves and the crowd is from 25,000 here. Kenny Logan with the conversion from in front to the posts. Already the score of more than 150 points for Scotland. Taking good care, Kenny Logan, adding the extra points. So at last we have some points on the board. Scotland leads Samoa by 7 points to 0. Now then, what psychologically will be the result of this, do you think, Scott?
Well, I think Scotland have obviously, they realise they've got Samoa in the scrum there, and as you see, they're working terribly hard there to get the Samoans over the line, but McHugh awards the penalty try.
Bishop with the restart, going long, and immediately Gordon Simpson, the number 8, on the charge for Scotland. Scotland keeping it tight amongst the forwards. Good driving play there by the 8. Now the tactical kick, again by Gregor Townsend. That's a huge one. Again down into the Samoan 22. Leainga keeping the ball alive up to his opposite number, Glenn Metcalf. That's okay, went backwards. This time, Bishop decides also on the tactical kick. Kicked absolutely superbly against Wales. Gregor Townsend with the pass out. Scotland under pressure though. And that ball went forward en route to Kenny Logan on the left wing.
Well, that's the unforced sort of error that Scotland will be lacking. There's Mayer, just puts Armstrong under a little bit of pressure there. And as a result, the ball doesn't go to hand and is adjudged to have gone forward.
Scrum to Samoa. Stephen Soyalo at the feet of Lamb, and away then to Bishop. In from the left wing to Gamara, Fanalua to Vaenga. Good enterprising play by the Samoans. Hasn't gone forward. Bishop again to Tuingamara. 2 Scotsmen in to tackle him, so no chance of spreading that ball. And there's a turnover for Scotland. And again, the kick is for position back in the Samoan half. Good turnover that one for Scotland. Good work by the forwards.
Well, it was a good tackle there. Scott Murray in with the initial hit on Vega Tugamala. And it was actually Mayer there who probed the ball down into the Western Samoan 10-yard line. But Scotland have certainly got their intentions to boot there, because Townsend has drilled another good one into the Samoan 22. And obviously they're looking to gain that possession from their kicking game.
Jody Webb at the front of the line out for Scotland. Scrum half Soyalo trying to reorganise his forwards to get a drive on. Body positions, though, rather high. They'll have to use it or lose it. Massey, a drop getting involved. And Scotland pushing them back behind the advantage line, even though the Samoans again have the possession. Way again to Bishop. Not a good kick that time, though. And Metcalf, great counter-attacker for Scotland. Coming from deep. Good support too. Now Scotland can get some good quick ball. Chance for Townsend here. Lovely change of angle that by Jamie Mayer. Super play by the centre. But then the ball just lost in the contact area. And this is where the Samoans are always dangerous. Onolua, unable to get the ball out to Tuingamala. But Bigging is there to tidy up. Shrugging up the challenge. Gets the ball away well too. Now Samoa need to set it up again. Bishop. Kick into space, but it's too long. Metcalf is there. Does well too. Offloads, gets the support. And Armstrong this time with the tactical kick. But it's not a good one. Soyoyalo just hacks it anywhere. Scott Murray. Bit of a sidestep. And getting good support too from Simpson. Pountney now shrugs off the challenges by the Samoan tacklers. Now can Scotland get this ball out quickly? No, unfortunately for them. There's a bit of impetus in the Scottish play in the loose.
Well, also great play from the Samoans as well. Lots of phases of play. Look at Pountney here, the strength in the tackle. He breaks out of that one, takes on Glendinning, shrugs him off with a good pick. That's a tremendous shot. Great camera work there. And just the ball was held off in this phase of play here. But enterprising play there by Scotland, who are really taking the game towards the Samoans.
Samoa poised to bring on replacements. Onehunga Matayao, the replacement hooker. Just waiting to see if Treveliota's okay first, though. Given time to recover by David McHugh. And he's happy to go on for the moment anyway. So Matayao will go back to the bench. Scotland with a put in then. Ball again at Simpson's feet. Armstrong away under pressure. Scotland again calling the changes. Cameron Murray in from the right wing. This time the Scots hanging on to it, not releasing it.
Well, Cameron Murray come off the blind side wing there, steps inside his man, goes again, good step off his right there. Look at him go to deck there, but he doesn't release the ball, you see, he keeps it in. And quite rightly, David McHugh awards the penalty against Scotland.
Bishop with the kick. Kicked some 50% of the possession that he had in the Wales game, but there was nothing negative about that at all. It was all good, positive kicking that kept the pressure on Wales. Another, of course, of the double internationals. 18th test today, following on appearances for New Zealand. Again, that throw was not straight from Treveliota into Lamatone. Scrum to Scotland. Well, that ball is out, I think. Soyalo allowed to continue by David McHugh. Lack of control at the back of the scrum that time by Scotland. And it's here again then, for Leota to Tuingamala. Taking out the midfield Scotland defence there. If Soyalo can get the ball away quickly to Bishop. Lyenga this time. But the Samoans behind their own advantage line. Soyalo finally gets hands on it. Scott defence up very quickly. Bishop looking to link. David McHugh, an offside decision against Scotland. So maybe a chance at the posts here for Samoa, who trail by 7 points to 0.
Well, here's the ball coming here. Bishop goes for the half break and the knock on there, but McHugh appeared to say actually there was a bit of jersey tugging there just out of shot.
I think in fact his decision was that it was Doddy Weir who was guilty of that offence. First chance then, 4 points for Samoa. "25-year-old from Auckland." There we are on the poised rather, to hit the 100-point mark in just his 8th test. "52 points already in this competition for Leanga in 3 games, including 18 points against Wales in the last game. Excellent kick by the fullback. Leanga tops the century point of marks then for his country and brings his side back into it. Scotland lead now by 7 points to 3. This as competitive a tussle as we expected it to be. Townsend's kick, a good one. Taken though by Palanico. Samoa this time looking for the drive forward. They have the possession there. Semo Satiti, the flanker involved. They're still moving forward. But as soon as the maul stopped and David McHugh awards the possession to Scotland, they have to use it or lose it as soon as that maul stops. Simpson with the pickup then. And Scotland again look for a variation from this attack. Opportunities for the Scots if they can get this ball out wide. Over the Samoan 22. Ball lost in contact though this time by Tom Smith, I think. Couple of knock-ons in there. The first from the Scottish hand. Scrum to Samoa.
Well, crucial turnover ball there lost by Scotland. Look at Townsend, deeper pass there to Bullock. Well, a bit of a high tackle there perhaps, but here it is. Tom Smith just takes the ball, takes his eye off it, knocks it on.
Pressure still on Samoa though from the scrum. Scotland have the possession. Charging forward then for the try line. Scotland just 10-15 metres out. Townsend links back inside. Bullock in his way to the line. Diving in that time though. Budge Pountney, I think, for Scotland penalised. Oh, that was a great chance for the Scots.
Well, here's the movement here. Look at that. Bullock, look at his body position here. Shrugs off the tackles. But look, number 7, Pountney, straight over the ball. In the opinion of the referee, David McHugh, he's killed it. Penalty against Scotland.
Yes, the third man in has to stay on his feet. And the result is that Stephen Bishop has the chance to send Samoa out to their own 22. Scotland spending most of this game, though, so far in Samoan territory. Leota into the front of the line-out to Palanico. Bishop again inside his 22. And that's a good kick, taking his side up to halfway. Though now it'll be Scotland who'll have the throw-in at the line-out. Important that if you're going to kick the ball away, that your forwards then compete either in the line-out itself or in the succeeding maul. That's what Samoa will look to do. Variations called up by Scotland into Scott Murray. Townsend. Good charging run in centre field, setting up the second phase. Options again then, both ways for Gregor Townsend, but that time the pass just forward. Definite possibilities there for Scotland that time.
It was a great run there by McLaren, but here we see this infringement here. Townsend just feeds the ball forward to Bullock. Bullock just a little bit flat, not allowing to stand off just that extra few yards, just to give him that extra depth as he came onto the ball there.
And Bullock as hooker is very prominent in the loose play so far.
He's a great abrasive player actually, especially around the line out. He's very sharp. He's actually one of the fastest Scotland forwards in this current squad, and certainly very abrasive, good in the tackle as well. And technically, from a body position wise in the drive, when he goes in to hit these rucks and mauls, very, very good.
Scrum to the Samoans. Soyayalo feeds, gets it away to Basham. Bayenga looking to change the angle. Forgot to catch the ball though. Mayer in quickly for Scotland. Now the chance for Scotland again. Townsend. Surely Leota was up offside there. David McHugh, I think, is playing an advantage. But in fact, he is awarded a scrum for a knock-on. Well, either Leota's lightning fast, or I think he stole a yard or two there. Scotland scrum then, just inside the Samoan half. Armstrong feeds. Again, a sloppy bit of play, resulting in a knock-on from a Samoan hand. So Gary Armstrong will get another chance to put into the set scrum.
Well, the Western Samoan scrum half there just getting in the way, pressurising both the number 8 and 9.
Simpson. Again, Scotland looking to roll it off the set scrum to create the first phase. Armstrong waits. Again, Scotland, though, guilty there of hanging on, not releasing the ball. And again, a very promising position for them. So Bishop with the penalty then. Setting up the chance for his hooker, Trevor Leota, to throw into this succeeding lineout. Scotland leading 7 points to 3. Well, they've spent a great deal of time in the Samoan half, most of it at one scrum, it should be said. Pat Lam coming in from deep, changing the position in the Tuigamala, gets it away to Leanga, and in support again there. David McHugh looking to play an advantage to Scotland from the knock-on by Tuigamala. Wasn't going to come though.
Good defence here from Jamie Mayer there. Logan just slips the tackle there. And here's the knock-on from Tuigamala. Very rarely do you see him knocking a ball on like that.
Simpson with the Channel 1 ball. The quick strike by the hooker Bullock with the chance to get it away. Hanging on though, and it's Scotland again who are penalised. Well, again, that was a promising position for them from the drive by Gordon Simpson. In the end, it's all spoiled as far as the Scottish side is concerned. They conceded another penalty.
Well, here's Simpson. He comes off, he stays big, but I think it's Satiti there. He just gets turned. You see, he's lying on the back. He can't get the ball round onto the ground. And certainly off the pick-up scrummage, he's going to do better than that.
Gordon Simpson, another of the brigade from down under, playing for Scotland, born in Auckland. As it's another chance then for Leanga. Really has a terrific record in this competition so far. 6 from 7 against Wales, 4 from 6 against Argentina, 8 from 10 against Japan. And looking for his second success in this game, reducing Scotland's lead, if successful, to just 1 point. Leanga. That's 7-3 to Scotland. The chance for a second penalty. Pretty close, just drifts wide though. Still 7-3 with some 5 minutes to go to half-time. Hard as it is, looking then to lift the Scottish side. As Gregor Townsend again goes deep down to his opposite number, Stephen Bishop. Leanga with the kick, have to wait until their fullback play them back onside. Superb piece of athleticism by Gary Armstrong. Now Tom Smith. Finally sense prevails from Gregor Townsend. Scotland inside their 22, no place to play around. Some little discussion there, I think, between Telfer and McGicken. Samoa shortening the line. Scotland compete well though this time. Poor pass by Gary Armstrong. Metcalf, a powerful runner though from fullback. And here's the chance for Scotland to spread it out wide. Again it's Bullock. Good side-stepping run, then sets it up. Nothing much on this side for Gary Armstrong. Good change of angle by Kenny Logan. And Scotland have moved up to the Samoan 10-metre line. The ball is there again for Armstrong. Townsend back in again to his half-back partner. Scotland for the moment having to go backwards. Mayer now straightens it up. Weir. Townsend. Over the head of the Samoan defence. Deep into the 22. Not sure whether it mightn't have been better to keep the ball in hand. They'd done a lot of good work over the phases.
Yeah, they seemed to run out of numbers there, and Townsend judged that he didn't have enough men outside in to pass to, so he just threaded one into the corner. And this game's just entering its last, in this first half, into the last few minutes, and they'll be desperate to get a score.
Tribiliota finally has to give up the ghost, leaving the field. So, Enahunga Matayao, the replacement, comes into the front row, winning his 7th cap today. Sad end of the game then for Tribiliota. First job then for the replacement hooker. Matayao will be to throw into this line-out. That's gone in to the front man, Palanico. Soyoyalo gets it away. Still the pressure is on Samoa, and now this time it'll be a Scottish throw into the line-out. Scotland leading 7 points to 3 as we come up to half-time. Two main Scottish jumpers, Scott Murray and Dodie Weir. Now the chance then for Scotland to roll it on, and it's released. Lots of patterns to their play. Murray coming in from the right wing. Further back for the moment than when they started, but again with the possession. Mayer back inside to Martin Leslie. Great chance for Scotland inside the Samoan 22. Townsend back in field again. The drive again is by Leslie. Does well to keep it alive. Now Metcalf. Samoan posts in the background. Great chance for Scotland to get their second try of this first half. Ever nearer to the line. Just held up short. In on the bursts. Tackle was a good one from the Samoan. But again it's there for Scotland. Gregor Townsend. Pountney number 7 got in there after Lima knocked the ball away. There's still pressure on Samoa. Can Scotland get it down? Yes, they can. Second try of the first half then to Scotland. Martin Leslie with his 3rd try of this competition. And Scotland at last making some pressure pay.
Well, what a cracker of a try after much pressure there. But look at the body position of Tom Smith to force himself over. Leslie to the line. But wonderful play. Leslie must have been involved in that movement 3 or 4 times. Pountney with great driving play here. He certainly knows where the line is, Martin Leslie.
So, keeping the family name going in the Scotland side. Brother John, unfortunately out of action because of injury after the South Africa game. But happily, Brother John's had his operation. It's been successful. Kenny Logan with just the straightforward conversion of the penalty try. Now with a more difficult effort. 12 points to 3 to Scotland after their second touchdown. No chance of that one making it. Scotland have extended the lead though to 12-3.
Well, the key to this particular trial was the body position, but worst of all, here's Pountney takes the ricochet there. Pountney then drives. Look at him, he just gets that extra yard. Ball comes back to Tom Smith there, burrowing here. There he goes, nice and low in that body position. On to then Leslie. He spots the gap. Good try, good compact play there by the Scotland forwards. Good driving play.
There's some 5 minutes left at the end of this first half of injury time. A lot of stoppages early on. Scotland by now will be pretty pleased with the scoreline. 12 points to 3 as we come up to the interval. But of course, the Samoans ever dangerous from the breakdown, which is why Gregor Townsend in particular has been playing a tight, controlled game for the Scots. Cody Weir for Scotland. Knocked up by Tone, the main line-out jumper for Samoa. Possible advantage to Scotland. Again, good driving play by Bullock over halfway. Armstrong! Super break by the scrum half. Mallon, where's the support? 2 Samoan tacklers in there. Bodies flying in. David McHugh is again playing an advantage to Scotland. They have a chance, or they had a chance to make the Samoans pay. In the end, McHugh decides to blow his whistle. Penalty to Scotland. James McLaren, the centre, goes back to his position.
Here we see the half gap. Armstrong just throws the dummy there. Glendinning was left for standing. Physical tackling there from the Samoans. As bodies are taken out, it's held up there at the back where Murray's trying to scramble for the ball. McHugh asked for the ball to be released. Penalty against Samoa.
Straightforward shot for Kenny Logan in front of the posts. Points to 3 to Scotland. So give them a pretty healthy lead at half-time. Fine kick by the Scottish left winger. And Scotland have extended their lead then to 15 points to 3. Still time for one more restart, decides David McHugh. Nice hanging ball by Basham. Taken well though by Scott Murray that time for Scotland. Not a good kick at all that time by Gregor Townsend. And he knows it. Samoan throw into the line-outs. Almost at the end of this first half. A lance chance surely for Samoa. Tone, it wasn't straight surely. McHugh allows them to continue, only for the moment though. Giving Scotland a chance to knock the man over and reclaim the ball. Scrum to Scotland. just outside their 22. Nothing untoward about that, besides David McHugh. The two props just slipping. Simpson just easing it over for his skipper. Armstrong keeps it alive. That's a good kick. Tuingamala misjudges it. Falls in the hands of Liainga. This time an advantage being played to Samoa. Not enough men though behind, so Bishop kicks again for position. Logan, Metcalf in support. He's a pacey runner, the fullback. Good support again. Carried on by Budge Pountney for Scotland. Up to the Samoan 10-metre line. Metcalf again in the move. Little kick and chase. No penalty. And now here's a chance for Samoa to counter-attack. Fanalua asking Tuingamala to come in on the angle from the wing. Patlam, the skipper, in support there too. Scotland guilty, the tackler, of hanging on to the man, not releasing him. Allowed to play the ball. And a further 10 metres too. Lack of discipline that time by Scotland. Just a warning for Budge Pountney from referee David McHugh that there'll be a yellow card for him if he carries on with that. The Northampton man. It's all resulted with the extra 10 metres in the kickable shot for Phil Baxilao Liainga. This surely the last piece of action in this first half. Scored 23 points against Japan in the first game. They put the Samoans on their way. Excellent find for them. This young 25-year-old fullback. Struck it well. Has the distance too. So that's the last act of the first half. Second penalty for Samoa by fullback Liainga. Scotland though scored 2 tries. Jim Telfer and Ian McGeechan go in to discuss the ramifications. Martin Leslie, the scorer of the second after a penalty try early on. So at half-time, Scotland lead by 15 points to 6.
Still a game on here. We'll hear what Sean Fitzpatrick and Gavin Hastings have to say in just a couple of minutes. Join us then. Okay, let's go straight back to Scott Hastings and Bob Simmons. More to come later on from Sean Fitzpatrick and Gavin Hastings.
Gregor Townsend just waiting then to restart this game. David McHugh just making the check, make sure the Samoans are ready. Scotland leading by 15 points to 6. Townsend with the restarts. High hanging ball, but taken by Terry Fanalua. This time though, immediately the Samoans are penalised. So there's an immediate chance for Scotland to get back the 3 points. They conceded right at the interval, and Kenny Logan will go for the posts.
Well, interesting there, Fanalua, he takes the ball, but then the next man over, it looks like, yeah, number 6 there, Satiti just goes over the top. He's the man who's penalised, in Scotland with a great chance of just getting that extra 3 points back.
Kenny Logan, not long a kicker. A little inconsistent, but having said that, still over 150 points for his country, and 2 out of 3 already today. Great chance then for Scotland to increase their lead right to the beginning of this second half. Strikes it beautifully, right down the middle of Kenny Logan. Great start to the second half then for Scotland. They've extended their lead once again to 12 points, 18-6. And the chance for the Scots again to take real charge. Scott Murray underneath it for Scotland. Able to get a little head of steam up. Scotland again looking for disciplined play, but they've lost it. Matayao, the replacement hooker. Soyalo, the scrum half. To Tuingamala. Big, strong man. Good supporting play too from Terry Fanaloa. Tuingamala again. Tremendous run by Inga, the winger. Best chance maybe the Samoans have had all game. Beautiful angles of running again. What a huge tackle by Glenn Metcalf. Still the chances here for Samoa. Deep in the Scottish 22. Lima straightening it up well. Assey, the number 3, goes in there too. Scotland having to defend then. Fanaloa slips the ball to Lianga. Just held up short. Again there's support from Samoa. Just a couple of meters out. Scotland had to defend resolutely. This a great opportunity for Samoa. In the end though, the Scots not releasing the man. This will be a penalty to Samoa. Now, what's the decision here? In the meantime, an injury anyway on the Samoan side. For what running by Inga Tuingamala.
Great continuity. Here's Lamb here. He steps off his right foot and hits Metcalf with a big one here. Look at this one. Good defence there from Scotland, but it was Tuingamala who started all this off. He was involved in 3 times.
In the end, the decision by Pat Lam is to go for goal.
Here's Tuingamala. This is the 3rd time he's been involved in this movement. He's a big man. Look at him, just sidestepping there, Gary Armstrong, inside Kenny Logan. Brushes off Pountney, and there's Metcalf. He's the 4th Scotsman to get him down.
What a great sight. So Scotland really doing a Wales here, having picked up 3 points. They've conceded the penalty. It gives the chance for Sileo Lianga to bring Samoa back into the game once more. He's pulled it wide though, has he? Chance lost this time for Samoa. Scotland drop out from the 22. Scots might be relieved at that, I'm sure. Townsend this time goes long, all the way down to Basham. Lianga immediately there in support. Townsend playing some nice piece of football. And the chance for Scotland to spread it on the far side. Logan. What a poor pass though. Real chances for Scotland there as they broke out purposefully.
Well, here's the pass here. Logan, the minute he delivers the pass, look at Simpson starts to come inside on the scissors. No need for Simpson to come in there.
Then David McHugh's whistle goes. Scotland going forward. Scrum to Scotland. So watching the game here today, the All Black party, John Hart the coach in the background. I don't know what they'll make of this so far. Scotland on the charge, up centre field. Lamb surely offside that time. Bit of a professional foul, you could call that, because Scotland had an overlap out wide.
Well, Lamb was miles offside there. He was going for the big hit, but he was just too far offside. Here we see the movement again. Good hands here from, first of all, Armstrong, feeds Smith, and you see number 8, Lamb, just patently offside.
Kenny Logan's kick then, more or less in front of the posts. Scored 29 points before today's game in the 2 matches, 16 against South Africa, 13 against Uruguay. 8 points again today for Kenny Logan. The crowd like it. It's a very well struck shot indeed by the Scotland left winger. So the Scottish lead now then is 15 points. They lead by 21 points to 6. This is a really good platform then for Scotland, but they can't relax for a moment. Samoa given the advantage again by McHugh, and Tuingamala again. Stays on his feet for so long. In the end, though, the ball just going out. What a great option to have, though, this man.
Well, he is a handful, but he called, look at him, he's against Gordon Bullock, so he's got the pace to go outside, but Bullock actually responds by thumping a great tackle on Tuigamala, who was adjudged out of play.
Line out then to Scotland, taken by Dodie Weir. Martin Leslie, he's been absolutely everywhere in this game. Superb flanker. Good play here by the Scots. In the end, the ball kicked away to Bishop. Liainga. Men lining up outside him. Calls for the switch though. Control of Liainga. Gets away from some weak tackling. Opportunities here for Samoa. On the outside. Tuigamala. Brushes off the first tackle. And proving a big danger. Tuigamala. Good running too by Liainga.
Bang on the switch here, look at him, he just evades that tackle there on McLaren, and he just slices through in the diagonal, linking up here with Tuigamala, who was eventually bundled.
The charge down by Satiti. But in the end, Scotland get it clear.
Well, Armstrong there with the charge down kick, just holds back his man though. Townsend gathers and clears.
Mateayo, the replacement, into the line-out, gets it back immediately. The dummy with Solayalo, the scrum half. Key period of pressure, but there might well be a turnover, is there? No, it's there on the Samoan side. Solayalo. The long pass by Liainga to Lima. Steaming up is the fullback Liainga. Samoa just 10 metres or so out from the Scottish line. There's been a little knock-on in there though. But this is a bright period for Samoa.
Well, Samoa picking up the ball, they're moving it well, but it was slightly cross-field there. Scrum to Samoa. Deep inside the Scotland 22. 21-6 to Scotland. 7 points here will make all the difference. Samoa will be right back in it, but again, pressure on the Samoan front row.
That just tells you that Scotland have had to put in more often at the scrum than Samoa. Brendan Reedy is the prop on this side of the scrum from Saracens in London. Propping against George Graham. Armstrong. Well, Soleado. Samoa, but the interception saves Scotland. And Gregor Townsend again can kick deep back into Samoan territory. Excellent clearance kick. Just what the doctor ordered as far as Scotland were concerned too.
Well, the scrum halves are having a great battle. Soleado and Armstrong, they're at each other's heels all the time. Soleado perhaps just has quite the better of Armstrong at the moment, but it's one of these great battles in amongst this war.
Soleado just makes the call then. Doddy Weir challenging, back on the Scotland sides. Scotland driving in on the Samoan midfield. And an offside decision anyway by David McHugh against the Samoans.
Well, here's Pountney taking the ball on from the back of the line out. Driving into Basham, who's not the biggest tackler in the world. He comes off the tackle. And here we see the man coming in from the side. They were the big number 4, Baluniko. Interesting enough, just as I said there that Soleado was having the better of Armstrong, it's actually Armstrong who just shows his wise old head by feeding Pountney off the line out there and setting up this position for Scotland.
Two penalties at the beginning of this second half for Kenny Logan. Fails to make the hat-trick this time though. Seemed to get good contact on the ball. Drifting wide. Still 21-6 for Jim Telfer's men. Basham looking for the clever little ball for Inga, but too clever by half maybe, because Graham is up there for Scotland. Props setting up the next phase, just on the 22. Townsend, good pass to Mayer. Scotland making inroads then into the Samoan defence. Again, the Samoans guilty of diving in on the ball. And they've conceded a few penalties at the beginning of this second half.
Well, here's the missed ball. Mayer hits it just absolutely straight. Fanalua with the tackle. There he goes, number 12. He's back on top of Mayer. And McHugh's got no other option. He's got to penalise the man who falls on top and kills ball.
David McHugh, in the meantime, just had a quiet word with the Samoan skipper, Pat Lam, warning him that if they continue to transgress, then the next one might well get a yellow card. Logan taking all the time in the world, and that's why good care in the preparations by the Scotland left winger. That's a hat-trick of penalties. Scotland extend the lead to 24-6.
Well, Logan seemed to snatch the last kick, but that time he stayed positively low on the kick, kept his head down, and over it went.
Setiti tapping it back on the Samoan side. And Falaniko, good pick up and drive by the second row. All the options for Samoa for the moment are on this side of the field. There's a Scotsman, Pountney, on the wrong side, in danger of being rucked out. Chuingamala. Held up this time by Gregor Townsend. That's a good drive by the Scots. Oh, the forwards would really have enjoyed that one. It's worked well, because Scotland will get the put in at the scrum. Again then, very disciplined part of the play by Scotland. At the scars of battle there.
Well, Pountney got caught at the bottom of the ruck there. The Samoan boots went in, trying to release the ball. And certainly he's got the scar to show. Here is the incident though. Townsend made the good tackle first of all to hold Tugamala up. And look at that. There's George Graham in there, Leslie, and the number 8 there, Simpson. He drove the ball backward. Here's the injury situation. He's caught on the wrong side here. He's got to roll away, but... And there's the boot that gets him in the face.
Well, it's meant that Butch Pountney is having to leave the field. And immediately on, Cammy Mather has a blood replacement for him. Good angles of running once again from Scotland. That one must have been forward. James McLaren in the move. Scrum to Samoa, who've now split their three-quarter line. And it's Gordon Bullock, the Scotland hooker, who's guilty that time. Foot up. Reedy, the Samoan prop, on the charge, up to the Scotland 22. Now Polonico. Chance for Scotland to break, if they can get it away. There hadn't been enough of an advantage, though, to Scotland from the knock-on. The Samoans preparing rather to make a substitution here. Sene Tayala. Polonico is the man coming off. I think it's the second row forward coming off. Certainly Tayala is the second row forward. Polonico off then. Pick up and drive off the back of the scrum, again by Scotland. Again, the Samoans up far too quickly. And now David McHugh is asking Pat Lam to him. I think there might be a yellow card here. Certainly going to be a card on this time, surely. No, maybe not. Well, the Samoans have had more than one final warning. And Townsend finds a good touch. Scotland back then on the Samoan half. 24 points to 6 they lead. One more converted try might well finish off this Samoan challenge. Murray off the top beautifully. Tom Smith, tremendous running by the prop. Scotland just 10 metres or so out. Shot goal by Gregor Townsend. So Scotland then pressing home their advantage, extending the lead to 27-6.
Look at this run around here. Tom Smith shows the half dummy, breaks the gap. He once played sevens actually. Logan takes it on. And here was the quick ball. Armstrong there. And obviously Townsend's just playing the tightest of games because he pots over the drop goal.
Immediately from the restart though, Scotland have conceded the penalty to Samoa. Stephen Bishop with a kick down towards the corner. So immediately there's a chance for Samoa to get back in it. They really do need a score though, very quickly indeed. Ends up in the hands of the prop passy, but back on the Scotland side. And again, good kick by Gregor Townsend, sending the Scots up to halfway. In the meantime, though, it's been quickly taken. Setiti, the flanker, makes 20 yards and then sets it up well. Basham, the mismove to Vayenga. Mismove again to Tuingamala. Coming in from the wing. Again, David McHugh is playing an advantage to Samoa. The second Scottish man in there, diving in again. Quickly taken. Pat Lam. Really with a pick-up this time for Samoa. This time, Samoa have options on both sides. Vayenga, almost through the gap. Taken on by Tuingamala. Big attack this for Samoa. They really must score. But the ball will go to Scotland. Taken into the maul by Samoa, not used. They lose the possession.
Well, Tuigamala, he took it into the contact, but that man, Martin Leslie, almost having the game of his life there, held the ball out. Wonderful play, but Samoa just aren't getting the opportunity to work off any Scotland mistakes. They're not really in this game.
Gary Armstrong just waits, and then away to Gregor Townsend. Again, another tactically sound kick by Gregor Townsend. Might have been questioned, Scott, as to whether he could play this game, but he's shown today he certainly can.
Well, he's surprising me, but it's very, very solid from Scotland.
Matayao into the line out for Samoa. Setiti. Good charging run by the flanker. And his quick ball too for Samoa. The change of angle from Basham to Tuingamala. Up to the 22. Just one man outside. So Basham has the kick. And again, there may be the Samoans overcommitting too many people into the Rucko maul.
Well, they took all 8 forwards into that maul. By the time the ball came back, the only option here, here's Tuigamala coming back on the slice, breaking the tackle. He has been a thorn in the flesh for Scotland, but Scotland's defence seem to be holding strong.
Tone off the top of the line-outs. Good angles of running again by the Samoans. They need one more change. It's Tuingamala. Setiti with the supporting role. No way that ball was going to come back, though. But it was on the ground. The ruck had been formed. So it'll be Samoa's ball again. Kami Maeda scored 2 tries in Scotland's victory over Spain. Yes, has to be a penalty for Scotland. The Samoan back row getting up and leading the scrum. Here's a chance for a charge then. Metcalf. Logan coming in on the angle. Now is the support for Scotland. It comes from Scott Murray. Sets up the next phase. Great attack. Tom Smith. Still the support is there. This time from Duddy Weir. Great chance for Scotland to get their first try of this second half. Pass though, not a good one that time. But McLaren sets it up. And play allowed to continue. Surely the Samoan coming back there from an offside position. Setiti, the man who got boot to the ball. Samuela Assi being replaced, I think, on the Samoan side. Robbie Arley, who started previous 2 games, has come on in place of him. 21, Robbie Arley. Bullock towards Murray. Good ball off the top. Good attacking opportunities. McLaren. Big 6-footer. Does well. Townsend's kick this time, not a good one. So they can come all the way back, the Samoans. to a scrum from the position in which Gregor Townsend kicked. "27 points to 6. Scotland leads. Lamb with the pickup. Samoa maintaining the possession too. Now Bishop, the long pass to Lamb. Another long pass out to Brian Lima. Does well too, the right winger. Still alive on the Samoan side as they set it up again. Matayao, the replacement hooker. Now, if Samoa can get this ball out, not quickly enough though, but Tuingamala sets it up for Vayenga. Fonaloa, Setiti. Excellent score by Samoa. Super support play by Semo Setiti, with his second try for his country in this, his 6th game, and suddenly the game might be alive again.
Well, the Samoans have been moving the ball at every opportunity, and here's the man again, Tuigamala. He just takes the defence. It's great hands there from Viega. Steps inside here, and here's the scoring pass there. Change of angle, and Setiti strolls in over the line to the despairing tackle of Mather.
First try of the game then finally coming from Samoa. Lovely support play by the Samoan 7-a-side captain. Lianga with the chance for the extra points. Difficult position. Oh, he struck it beautifully though. Brings it in well. The Scotland lead is reduced to 27-13, but they're still 2 scores away.
Well, look at this. This Tuigamala, not an awful lot on. He just goes for the man, shows the ball there. Vega in support. Look at the angles. Fonalua there, throws the ball to Setiti. Good switch, good interplay there. And full credit to Western Samoa. They've been trying to get over this line. That's the one that got there first.
2 converted tries, the Samoans lead, just to bring this game level again. But Scotland immediately driving on into the 22. Ball lost forward though that time. Defensive ball to Samoa. Again the Scots putting on the power. The Samoan front row immediately standing up, conceding the penalty, and maybe justice is done in the end. So another straightforward shot for Kenny Logan. Fine record by Kenny Logan in this game. Logan in front of the posts. The chance to take Scotland up to the 30-point mark. Good strike, right down the middle. Scotland's lead again is 17 points. They lead by 30 points to 30. Scotland in the meantime poised to bring on the replacements. Stuart Grimes, who's come on for Scott Murray. Ten minutes to go. Scotland sitting very pretty indeed, but just unable there to keep the ball in play. Samoans looking to take this line out quickly. Time very much running out for them. They need another converted try immediately to get back into this. Matayao into the middle to Tony. Good quick ball for Basham. Fonalua. Not quite sure that he was expecting that one. Ball on the ground again though. Ruck formed, Samoa going forward. They get the put in at the scrum. Stephen Bishop is poised to leave the field so that Elvar can come on. Elvar comes on then to win his 11th cap in place of Stephen Bishop. Samoa looking to ring the changes. The ball at this scrum will be Scotland's. Ball reverts then to Scotland. George Graham and co have done a fine job at the scrums for Scotland. Change of angle again from Metcalf from fullback. Now can Scotland get quick ball here? Here it is for Armstrong. Gets it away well too. Again the option by Gregor Townsend is the kick down deep into the Samoan 22. Leanga has to keep the ball alive, but it's Townsend. Slips the ball away well. Cameron Murray over from the right wing. Can he go all the way? Pass back inside. Fine play that by Scotland. And surely now then, sealing this famous victory.
Well, as you said, the seal victory here. Murray, he was great pace. He's actually one of the fastest wingers in Scottish rugby, and he certainly showed it there. He took on Zaiola. Look at that, waits for the step. This is good one-on-one play. Goes for the handoff. He knows he's there for the corner. Good presence of mind to go over there. Momentum takes him over.
Fine finishing then by Cammy Murray. His 5th try for Scotland. And here, even though he was tackled, he wasn't held, and perfectly entitled to play the ball again. Logan from wide out this time. Most difficult kick, I think, that Kenny Logan has had so far. Too difficult for him. And Scotland have extended their lead to 35 points to 13.
Here we see the reverse here, and it was a good play by Townsend, but Murray just stretches his legs there, uses the space well, has the presence of mind to go out, hang on to the ball and over the line. Oh, he'll be chuffed with that one.
Great moment then for Cammy Murray. More replacements come onto the field. Gregor Townsend, I think, has left the field for Scotland. In the meantime, Doddy Weir, beautiful two-handed take for Scotland. Duncan Hodge on and outside half for Scotland. For the meantime though, they've rolled that one on. Kept alive by Gary Armstrong. Good kick down the touchline. Scotland up quickly. Liaenga gets the ball away well though. Glendinning just takes it on. Scotland though battling in hard for this ball and getting it. Hodge immediately in the action. Scotland powering on. Samoan posts in the background. Armstrong goes digging in for the ball. Samoan tackling was pretty firm, but it's Doddy Ware who picks it up and drives. Good low body positions again by Scotland. Two running. Great chance on the far side. Hodge. Men outside him. Why did he kick that time? Brian Lima immediately takes the start from the mark. Scotland really looking good for a moment there for another well-worked try. Offside decision against Scotland. But excellent move again by Scotland. But in the meantime, Samoa with the urgency. They need it. 35-13 down. Scotland not back 10 metres. This time Soyoyaro told to wait by David McHugh until Scotland are back 10 metres. Now, is there a knock on there? No. Pat Lam in from number 8. Some 3 minutes of injury time to be played in this game as Baha spreads it to Lianga. Lovely running again by the fullback. Again, there's a change of angle from Lima. Samoa entertaining until the end. Looking for a second try in this second half. Lam, the ball to Tuingabala. Trying to get away. Toyala gets it away though. To Soyoyaro. Cross the line. Now somebody needs to straighten. Lianga. Good tackling by Scotland though. And a high tackle besides David McHugh. And Scotland's waiting to make another substitution. Paul Bonnell, the latest to come on, in place of George Graham. Done his job pretty well in that front row, George Graham. As in the meantime, quickly taken by Samoa. Might be just the consolation score, but they want it. Tackled by Metcalf. Samoa just short of the Scotland line. Scotland guilty again, though, of not releasing that ball. Won't be a quick one this time, though. And David McHugh stretching in for his yellow cards. Well, that seems a little harsh when the Samoans were consistently guilty earlier in this game. Martin Leslie ends up with the yellow card. Quickly taken. Samoa looking for a consolation try. Soyoyaro, Talang. Again Samoa holding up the ball. Sititi scored their try earlier in this half. Soyoyaro links again. Good charging run. Now then, can he get it down? No, don't think so. Sone Tayala just held up by Scotland.
Well, great presence of mind here from the Scottish defence here. It was actually superb play here from Samoa as they kept on driving. The replacement on goes over the line, but watch Armstrong. He holds them up and takes the ball away. Excellent play by Armstrong.
Still time then for the scrum, almost on the Scottish line. Soyoyaro loops round to gets the ball. Pat Lam gives it away in the end though to Scotland. And I'm sure we know where this one's going, don't we? Duncan Hodge, the replacement for Gregor Townsend, getting the ball away. Robert Russell, the latest man to come on the field for Scotland, the replacement hooker, but coming on for Martin Leslie.
Well, Leslie's had a marvellous game. He's been there at every point of breakdown. Good defensive play and great linking there with the forwards.
Knocked on at that line out and taken by Scotland anyway. Harry Armstrong with the big hoof downfield. Brian Lima in the end falls bravely on the ball, but there's a turnover for Scotland and the drive by Stuart Grimes. Can Scotland finish this game off then with another try? Mayer, Metcalf up from fullback. Good run by the fullback. Scotland again guilty though of not releasing it. Solearo. He's had a bright game at scrum half for Samoa. Really good, promising scrum half. Elva. Lam drawing his man nicely. Eanga then linking with Lima. In fact, it was the replacement Ta'ala. And Samoa with very few players out in centre field. So Vaenga Tuingamala, there's no option but to carry on. Now it's Setiti. Nakayao, the other replacement involved. And a third, Filippo Tuala. Ba, straightening it up, couldn't get his pass away. Nakayao though, sets it up nicely. One chance for Samoa at the end of this game, and Brian Lima is charging his way to the try line. Consolation at the end then for the Samoans. Brian Lima with his 20th try of his international career.
Well, Samoa played exciting rugby throughout this game, and really, look at the man. There's Tuigamala. He's been a thorn in the flesh. But Lima, he's got great pace there. And although Grimes goes after him, it's the covering Kenny Logan who doesn't stand a chance. Lima is a fast man. Plays a lot of his rugby in New Zealand, as we know. But showing good presence of mind to evade the tackling Logan and go round in under the posts. And thus make the kick a lot easier for his kicker.
In the meantime, Liaenga has converted, but that's the last piece of action in this game. No fright for the Scots this time then. They've beaten Samoa fairly comfortably, even more comfortably than maybe this score suggests. Scotland 35, Samoa 20.
Gregor, Greg, you must be hugely satisfied with that Scotland performance.
Yeah, it's great. We were under a bit of pressure going into this game. We hadn't really got the performances we desired in the group matches, and we knew Samoa would be very tough, but we played well. I think we still made a few mistakes, and we could have killed the game off with half an hour to go, but all credit to Samoa. They kept in and scored at the end.
Scotland coming good at the right time, do you reckon?
I hope so. We'll have to play a lot better than that to have a chance of beating the All Blacks next week. There's too many turnovers, and we know it's going to be a huge step up, but it's good to see the guys playing a bit of rugby again and looking confident.
A huge match on Sunday, and you'll be hopeful this stadium is going to be absolutely packed.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. It's great atmosphere today. I wish we can play in front of full crowds all the time, but I'm sure it will be on Sunday.
Well done, Gregor.
Thank you.
So, as he says, it's Scotland against the All Blacks on Sunday, and we'll be hearing from Scotland and the All Blacks in the shape of Gavin Hastings and Sean Fitzpatrick after this short commercial break.